Well, finally tonight, over the years here on Carolina Impact, we've brought you all sorts of stories about creative people, from painters to woodworkers, metal welders, and children's book illustrators. But it's pretty rare when someone excels at not just one, but two forms of art. Carolina Impact's Jason Terzis joins us with the details.
Well, while doing a little research on Charlotte area artists, I found all the usual array of art forms. But then one person caught my eye, working not only as an abstract painter, but also a jewelry maker, a unique combination. You might say she's an artist times two, and then some. And it's all self-taught.
You don't find a lot of beads that have two holes drilled in them. I think I've always loved crafting. These are fun, so you can run a wire through one and then run it through the other, and so I kind of made this cool little shape. So it's like an oversized stud.
For Kathleen Murphy, creating is a huge part of her life.
This is my finished pile. This is my working on pile.
Could argue it kind of is her life.
We've been a crafting family since the get-go, and if you opened up a cabinet over there, it would probably fall on you.
We'll have a lot of the neighborhood kids over. The counter right here will be completely full of crafts, and there'll be 6 girls around the table, and she's on the other side orchestrating everything.
She has all the tools of the jewelry making trade, creating earrings, bracelets, and necklaces.
I feel like a lot of people like mint in the summer.
And it's not just crafting, but also painting.
The consistency of the paint has to be just right.
Rare is it you find someone like Kathleen who excels at not just one art form, but two.
It makes me feel really special that someone would want something that I made in their homes. Then I have different patterns that I use to cut different various shapes.
But to Kathleen, jewelry making and painting are quite similar.
Art is kind of like jewelry for the walls.
Kathleen's creative seed was planted at an early age, thanks to her mom, Debbie.
My mom would make wreaths out of seashells that she would find on the beach, or she would make something out of moss.
At 15, she took bolt cutters and started lopping off the ends of spoons, creating angel brooches, selling them at local art shows.
They sold like hotcakes. I mean, these women couldn't get enough of them.
After college, she started dabbling in jewelry making, and just like her angel spoon brooches years before, her jewelry was a hit.
Belk department store was having a contest. It was called the Southern Designers Showcase, and I couldn't believe it. I won. Like, my jewelry was in Vogue, like at one point. Like, it was so cool.
And with that, another creative seed was planted.
I realized that, I could make something and I could make money off of it. And I thought, well, this is great. This must be the real American dream.
When she settled into her Charlotte home, Kathleen wanted a large abstract painting to put above the living room couch.
I found this gorgeous piece, thinking there's no way it would be more than $1,000, and it was much more than, it was $8,000.
Then it dawned on her, just paint it herself.
Had never painted ever before.
I was like, all right guys, we're doing this. We're gonna make this painting, but on this canvas. And we did it. So that's my first piece that I did, and I still like it to this day.
When other people would see it, they'd say, oh, that's awesome, can you make one for me? And I was like, uh-oh, here comes the second side business.
I thought, well, I'm gonna try to make another one, because that was kind of fun. And then kind of word got out, and then I started working with interior designers.
Her painting style is quite unique. Starting with the canvas laid flat, Kathleen first pours the paint, almost like someone pouring pancakes. She then lifts and tilts the canvas to spread it all around. After a few days of drying, she goes back in for the detailing.
And then you put it up on the easel, and then you kind of add all your accents that you want in there.
But trying to juggle a full-time pharmaceutical sales job, 2 side businesses, and 2 young daughters would be overwhelming for anyone.
I could just see she was really stressed out.
Something had to give. The safe thing would have been quit jewelry, quit art, stick with pharmaceuticals.
The safe thing, yes. Her decision, no. Kathleen left her, quote, real job to focus solely on her creative passions and her family, turning her carport into her painting studio.
Half of it's a play area and half of it's art studio. They're not allowed to cross the line.
And her paintings have even been featured on HGTV's Love It or List It.
I was selling a bunch of paintings to the interior designers and selling them to different stores, and I thought, this is crazy. Like, pinch me. Like, why are, I just thought it was, I knew how to make jewelry, but I guess now I know how to paint.
We learned about abstract a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh wait, my mom does this.
And she's even won the approval of her 2 daughters, 8-year-old Clara and 11-year-old Amelia.
Probably my favorite painting I have some my mom made, was probably that one. That one.
Yeah.
Look at this. The head. Look at the jumping bunny.
Hey, y'all help me with this?
Sure.
And now that they're getting old enough, Mom can put the girls to work.
It's pretty fun just getting to like sit here and try to like put them on the cards. We normally do it when we're watching TV, but sometimes we do it when we get home because we don't have homework sometimes. Also, I do it normally when I'm bored.
Locally, Kathleen's work can be found at the Cotswold Marketplace, and her creativity actually goes beyond just the painting and the jewelry. In her home, she's turned floor lanterns into overhead kitchen lights, made a hand-beaded sconce, and get this, makes her family's Halloween costumes by hand.
For all things where she feels like she can do it herself, she loves to DIY.
Okay, so inquiring minds always want to know, how pricey are her pieces?
Yeah, good question. All the jewelry she makes, like earrings and bracelets, range from about $20 up to about $50, necklaces around $30 to $80, and for the art, the most popular size painting is 48 by 36 inches, so that's 4 feet by 3 feet. They usually run in the upper hundreds, so about $700, $800, $900, up to about $1,000. But the interesting part, the frames are included. And if you've ever done custom artwork, it's
that
always
could
the
be
frames.
crazy expensive.
Yeah, it's the frames that jack up the cost, so the frames are included, so that certainly helps.